Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And I want to know from you guys, so put it down below, what is your first cash out crypto price? For example, if you were to hold Bitcoin, what would be the first price that you would cash out at? And the same thing goes for XRP or whatever crypto you hold. Just put it down below. Let's see, alright? For me, I think my really good cash out price to start at would be about, I would say right around $10 or right around that ballpark for XRP. For Bitcoin, I don't even have an estimate because I have no idea how huge we're going to be going now that the retail hype has started. I just don't know, but okay. I don't think I've ever been more bullish on XRP though. Honestly. You guys kept commenting saying, man, how are you so bullish? I don't think I've ever been more bullish than I am today and right now. Also, with that said, if you want to get access to this Dusty BC crypto tracking sheet, which again you don't need at all, and I have not edited in quite a while, you have to become a channel member. Because I see a lot of people trying to type in this link and trying to get access. They're requesting for access. I think they type in the link, all of them. I don't know exactly how you guys are doing it. But again, that's for channel members. Once more, I show this thing to show you guys that you could just make it yourself. It's not difficult. But if you want a pre-made one, again, that's what the subscription thing is for. It's just a channel membership for fun. You can just do this. You don't have to. But once more, I'm going to quickly talk about that now, though. It's again, you don't have to buy this. Once more, I'll repeat, you do not have to buy this. I am just showcasing it and telling you where you could if you wanted to. But the reason I made this was mostly because I want to track my buys and my sales, right? I want to know exactly what my position is and when I'm good. When am I in profit? When am I going to be in a loss? What are my profits in total going to be? And that's something I think a lot of people forget when prices go irrational or prices do something crazy. You forget about the bigger picture. Bitcoin crossed 20,000. I heard a lot of people saying, hey, look at this. Yeah, this is what I can buy. This is what I can buy. I don't think about it that way. I actually did not even want to check on my portfolio. You guys want to know why? Because I don't see the point. I can check my portfolio and see 5% extra in Bitcoin now, but what then? Is it going to do me good? No. Unless, of course, I sell, and that's not my plan because I have a bigger plan for XRP and Bitcoin and every coin in that matter. And I guess I still have to make a new tab. Again, I think this week or next week, these 2 weeks, I'm going to be building 2 more spreadsheets of cool things that you guys can enjoy that I'll be adding. But for right now, this is what I have. I'll be adding a couple where you can also put in different cryptos and put in some, buy-in prices to just get an aggregate of all your crypto, just a complete crypto tracking thing. Because right now, the easiest thing is to just have one crypto going on with, which is very annoying. So again, I'm going to be fixing that a little bit later. But listen to me, all right? You have a purchasing price, you have a quantity, you have a cash out price, and you have a quantity or a percentage. And the thing is, I personally recommend everybody to log their sale prices. So for example, if you were to cash out starting at $8, $16.24 in increments of $8, for example, again, just put in some coins relatively, for example, and you can see exactly what you're going to end up with if this pulls through, just as an example, right? You can see if you were to do it at these prices with a total of 25,000 XRP, which right now is $13,000, it's a lot, but hey, that's you guys get it. You guys get what I'm trying to say. The average price here, I guess, was 20,000 if you were to also buy 11. You guys see, everything speaks for itself though. If you were to sell out at these prices though, it would give you $1 million in total. And that's like the calculation I kept showing people, like, hey, this is what you can do. Same thing applies in different currencies as well, by the way. It's not like we can only do one, but all right. That was just a quick little mention of this. Again, not finished, not financially or legally depending on this, please. It's just a beta, but all right. Veteran trader Peter Brandt claims Bitcoin's new highs have very little technical significance. And a fun fact surrounding all of this is, in my personal belief, the idea that this run is built upon nothing. And I do not agree with that. I do not think the run was built upon nothing. I do, however, consider as well that this run above 20K is not necessarily backed by something really, really crazy right now. It's not like something really significantly is pushing this, except for the bigger factors that have been playing for a little while. I mean, we've seen quite a lot of macro factors at play for crypto prices, but What specifically caused this push? We don't really know. And I don't think we'll get to know that until, a couple months later in hindsight, kinda. But Peter Brandt here also then explains, and again, he is not the best guy to take as an example, but he says that this is built upon nothing, yada, yada, yada. Hey, that's him, all right? Brandt maintains that reaching a new all-time high is always a good indicator for an asset since it signals that an ongoing bullish trend is healthy, which, again, is what we're seeing right now, and I'm very, very happy. We're getting very close to 21,000 here, guys. Very, very close already. Looking pretty damn juicy, if you were to ask me. Then, Bitcoin just hit $20,000 for the first time ever, should you invest. And again, about this one, all I can say is, man, just follow your either intuition, your, I don't know, maybe your financial advice that you've been given by some financial advisor, or just track exactly where you want to buy and sell. All right, I personally said buy between 42 and 42 cents, 42 and 44 cents, not as financial advice, but as my own personal train of thoughts. That's like what I've been saying, that I've been thinking, because it's not financial advice. Keep that in mind. I need to really, really make that clear, because I see some guys saying, hey, I bought at 42 cents because of you. I bought at 44 cents because of you, man. Thanks. And even though I like that you're making profit right now, or you can make profit, that's not the role I'm trying to play, right? Because I know you can get into a lot of trouble, I think, if you just give people the quote-unquote wrong advice or so. So just want to be sure that this is not financial advice. It's just me talking to you, random guy on the internet, so you know that. But yeah, just put those in, for example, where you thought about buying or where you're going to buy, and just see what rolls out. See, for example, all right, I buy 1,000 at, for example, 44 cents, and another 1,000 at 45 cents. What's going to happen to my average price? What's going to happen to this, that? You can check everything out. And it's very important that you have your finances in order. But I do think we can still invest in crypto, nothing to worry about. Again, I think it's just the start of something bigger. But whether or not you should put more money in Bitcoin right now, I cannot tell. Because I think 21,000 is going to be some barrier. Because again, a lot of people already want to take profits. But we could also just skyrocket past it. I can't really tell for certain. So I'm not going to advise anybody on that, not even my personal opinion. I'm not too sure. With XRP and stuff like that, though, I think everything is fine. I'm just holding it on and buying more as I get the chance, as I'm doing every single day. And then also, make sure you check out 5 Minute Crypto, link down below. I just covered this article briefly here. Bitcoin has just hit 20,000 and my thoughts about the price. It's my second channel, but it's mostly acting as a backup. No ads, no BS. And I just want to have something for if this channel ever gets taken down or if something happens, that we have something to fall back upon. And I really like all the support you guys have been given there as well. Then, new crypto trading fund is trading at 369% premium over assets it holds. A fun thing to understand is that there's actually quite a lot of companies that are doing this right now. These companies are all selling their stock or, something, in this case, some sort of trust or something along those lines, for a higher price than the crypto that actually backs it all. So basically, they're selling something at a really, 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 really high premium for the amount of crypto that they have. And the reason they can do that is because a lot of these guys don't want to buy crypto themselves. And I, as of this point, don't fully understand why people don't want to do this. But we've seen it with Grayscale now, that people just rather buy those things on Grayscale, the trust and stuff like that, rather than really investing directly. Possibly because of legal, possibly because of liability. There's quite a couple of reasons you could think of, but which one is the really detrimental factor? I think it's an addition of all of them, right? A little bit of a small percentage of all of them combined. As it's a pretty crazy space. It's a pretty crazy sphere, pretty crazy space, and I do get that people are hesitant about this type of stuff. By the way, I have no link open right now, but if you're from the US, make sure you to check out Webull. A link is down below, and I keep recommending people that because if you're from the US, you can get a couple stocks for free, just by opening an account. So check it out. Then Germany legalizes blockchain-based securities, and all I'm trying to say with this one here specifically is that these countries right now, more than ever, are really at a not a standstill, at I want also to say interbellum. I don't know exactly how to say it. It's like in a war, you have like a point of realization where you're like, oh damn, oh damn, that type of point. Because all these companies right now, we saw it in the UK, we saw it in Germany, we saw it in just, I guess, the Europe. It's not a real country in that sense, but an entity. We saw it in just Europe in those meetings in general, that right now regulations must be coming in and new choices have to be made really, really quickly. They have no more choice. Another addition to this is Visa. Visa has quietly, let me turn this off, warmed to crypto along with PayPal and Square. The thing is, guys, you won't really know it too quickly. You'll know it after the fact because they don't really tell it up front. But these guys are getting so heavily into crypto. They're getting so heavily involved. Even though you might not notice, they are. They're really like one and one already together. It's really, really becoming quite crazy. But you should understand that everybody is getting involved with the space right now. And ever since Bitcoin right now hit 20,000 plus, there's, in my opinion, no more stopping this. All right, it's going to be insane. At least that's my personal thought about the situation. I think it's a pretty crazy space that we're seeing already right now. And the moon is really far away still. The exact moon, right? The real, we have the rocket, but there's so much more room inside this rocket. And even though we have the prime spots, we have a little bit, we're higher at the top, the better spots to, hit the moon the earliest and, celebrate and claim some land on there first. There's still other people that can hop on in this rocket, and there'll be a couple of rockets afterwards. I mean, there's already a couple of rockets that launched. We weren't maybe part of those in 2010 and whatnot. Right now, the 2021 rocket, it's still loading in people. It's still loading in a freaking ton of people. Because, oh my days, guys, are we early. And you should remember that. You're never too late to get into crypto, at least in my opinion. What would happen if Ripple XRP token was classified as a security under US regulations? Once more, these regulatory issues are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and a lot of people were wondering, why aren't these huge funds investing into XRP or purchasing a ton of it just quite yet? I think a lot of it has to do with the idea that Ethereum and Bitcoin are now, quote unquote, properly regulated. Again, there's a debate about that one, but let's say they are. They're, quite regulated. They're quite good in that sense. With XRP, it's still kind of a no man's land. It's still not completely safe for these companies to get into it, even though if XRP were to be a security, it would be no problem. But these companies are kind of hesitant because they don't want to, get any risk going on, which I completely understand as well. But that also makes it take a little bit longer. Right? Once more, it's not a problem, it's not a bad thing, but that's why it takes just a little bit longer for XRP to get mainly adopted and purchased by these behemoths like PayPal and Square and Grayscale. But eventually, we are getting there, and I'm not too worried about it. And once more, if you were wondering about my backup and why I'm doing that type of stuff, trust me when I say that accounts just get blocked for no reason by YouTube, by Twitter, by anything. And especially when you're talking about crypto in a newer world and stuff like that, we sometimes talk about resets. I don't necessarily know if the bigger media likes that type of stuff, right? Because I cannot really figure out any platform that likes when you talk about a great reset or the new financial system or no trust in the government. Because even though I'm not going to say overthrow your government or stuff like that, nothing crazy like that, I am saying that the dollar is not that stable. And the US right now is really inconsistent with whatever they really, really want in line with the stimulus and the interest rate and the real money choices and the debt allocation. So yeah, from that perspective, I kind of am against a couple of things, and maybe YouTube doesn't like that, maybe they do. I don't really know, and I don't want to take that risk. You guys get that? I think you guys get that. Yeah, so from that perspective, I'm also sometimes a little bit more careful, and that's why I keep recommending people to check out the second channel. But in general, guys, I am very, very bullish on XRP right now. I know index funds, or no, I shouldn't say index funds, I should say just crypto funds or general funds will heavily get into XRP in due time if the regulations are proper, which are definitely happening right now, especially since Bitcoin hit 20K and it's going to be shown to the masses. Even your grandma or your mother, depending on how old you are, your daughter, who knows, or your name somebody, your relative has heard about crypto now since it went above 20K. Everybody's gotten it on Facebook. Everybody's most likely seen it at least somewhere. And last time Bitcoin went so high, November, I don't know, maybe like a 4th. I don't know exactly when it went so high. It was really kind of shaded on by these, I don't know exactly what the date was. Maybe it was actually the end of November. It doesn't matter for the big picture. It was really shaded by this whole ordeal of the election in the US. But right now, there's no excuse, even though that stuff is big. And in the Netherlands here, we have a lot of, I guess, new talks on the telenet, on the TV about the second, what's it called now? Where you stay inside, lockdown. Yeah, it's still different. I still think there's a lot of room for crypto, especially now that people are sitting home. They have more to just quickly look around, more things to invest in. They have more time on their hands, I think, as well. Pretty crazy time, but things are looking really, really bloomy. And yeah, we're still on track to get freaking crazy with all of this. And I still have my cash out plans really, really ready. And I recommend you guys to make this for yourself. If you want to know exactly what to do, just look not that good in English apparently, look up on the internet how to import a coin price into a document, or just put in the coin price here every time you want to calculate something. It's not really that stupid either. The only thing you have to keep updating then is this little price right here, or in this case, the price right here. And the rest all speaks for itself. These are just small computations which you can really do for yourself. And this is the only thing you most likely need to Google if you don't know how to do it on your own. Or maybe these calculations, how they calculate automatically. You can maybe Google that as well if you don't know. But the rest is all speaks for itself. They're all really, really simple calculations. They're just handy, but not necessary. But I still recommend you guys to make this stuff for yourself, so you at least have something along these lines, so you know exactly when you're going to be done. And even though you might not cash anything out, you know exactly how much money you have and what you can do with that. And also for me, I kind of feel as if holding crypto is kind of a no end, or kind of a no end to the road type of investment, because I never really want to take any money out. Right? And since there's no dividends in that sense, you'll never really become sort of rich. Now you'll become kind of rich in that sense, but you never really become sort of wealthy where you can really spend the money, have the money forever, and let it go on. Because, well, you kind of have it, but you don't, right? Unless you cash something out. Otherwise, you still can't buy a house. You still might be living on, I don't know, $500 a month, whatever, pick something, if you don't cash out, right? Which is sometimes what I think about as well. So that's why you should make these plans for yourself, even though you may end up with leaving all this stuff. Oh no, let's do it from the other way around. Maybe you want to keep, half your stash. You want to keep that. Completely fine. Just fill it out, something like this for yourself. Know exactly when and where you want to cash out and do all the other type of stuff. And I might ever make a video explaining exactly where I want to personally cash out, but that's for another day.